Yo, what's going on? Yeah, haircut. Give me a haircut soon. But this be your boy, DJ Anonymous. Another episode. I guess sports biz music or I don't know. On YouTube / TikTok / wherever I'm trying to push these videos. What I want to talk about today is pretty much let's talk about college football. Shout out to I want to throw up. I'm just playing Ohio State Buckeyes for winning the championship, well deserved. Even though the 2002 national championship, as us Hurricanes fans, we will never forget. Gotta salute Ohio State. Y'all been through a lot this year, especially losing to Michigan again, losing to Oregon. But guess what? Y'all came back in the playoffs. Y'all got your second chance, and y'all did y'all thing. Shout out to Ryan Day. You know, people was on his head for how long, how many years, because he's been losing to Michigan. I think it was the third or fourth straight year he lost to Michigan. So I'm pretty sure like they still will want him to beat them next year, but winning the national championship gonna give him at least 3-4 more years now. Come on, man. The man was one of the most winningest coaches in terms of like first 50 games, I believe. He won a national championship. He won a couple, Big Ten championships. I believe he won a Rose Bowl, I think. He won a couple bowl games, but especially this year. So, yeah, man, shout out to Ryan Day. Shout out to Jeremiah Smith out from the crib from Dade County, man. That boy gonna be a problem. That boy gonna be the truth. And he only a freshman. Crazy, man. So, shout out to Ohio State. Shout out to Notre Dame. We see y'all next year. Catholics versus convicts. But y'all, like, salute to y'all too. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, Marcus Freeman, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Not just because he black. Nah, because he black, but besides that, and he a Capricorn too. Shout out to my Caps. That man could coach. And I can see I don't like to say it because they one of our rivals, but game recognized game. I can see Notre Dame winning a couple championships in the future. Just because Marcus Freeman is one of them ones that know how to recruit, and he could coach as well, but mainly recruit. We got Deion, we got Mario Cristobal here at the U. We got Coach Kirby. We got my boy up in Clemson. We got Ryan Day. We got the coach from Oregon. And just to name a few that could recruit. And Marcus Freeman is one of them. Like, last night, I was one of the fans that was like, man, I want a game. It's going to be a close game because I've been paying attention to Notre Dame, especially since that loss they had at NIU beat them in their house. And I like, let me pay close attention to Notre Dame because, Notre Dame is like the Cowboys of the cold college football. Like, they fans they got a whole bunch of fans, especially being this is a Catholic school and it's very small. Like, they have what I learned was that it's not even just about the school itself, but like South Bend is like very big on, Notre Dame, everything. And also too the church, the chapel that's the people go to since they was kids. So Notre Dame, go through a lot of them people, blood in their veins, you know what I'm saying? But what I was about to say, but Marcus Freeman, you got my respect. You always have my respect, but just watching them the whole year, how they went over their adversity, and even the road they had to go through, especially in the playoffs. They beat down Indiana. Shout out to Indiana. Indiana was a great story this year. They beat who they beat? They beat it was Indiana, then they beat Georgia. They beat Georgia. And to me that was like a game that was like, all right, these boys for real, because Georgia, even though they had injuries on the offense, their defense is still phenomenal. So for like the Notre Dame offense to respond and beat them was good as well. And then also being Penn State. Penn State was just a team I'm gonna look out for next year, because they pretty much everyone's coming back from that defense and from that offense, especially them two running backs. So they gonna be a problem next year. But overall, shout out to Notre Dame, shout out to Ohio State, shout out to all the teams that was in the playoffs. I feel like this 12-team playoff system is gonna be great. I know that the contract on it's supposed to end like in 2026, 2027 season, I believe. And I'm hearing that they thinking about expanding it. If they do, 16 is good. But I know eventually they may go to a 24-team playoff like they do in the FCS and Division 2 and 3. But overall, it was fun. It was fun. I feel like this system is what we really supposed to have in the beginning. I feel like that 4-team system wasn't it, because it was pretty much the same teams. And also when we did have different teams, they wasn't, I don't want to say they wasn't well deserved to get in, but it was just like, you look at 5, 6, and then 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, it was like, why just a 4-team playoffs? Where it could have been, if they would have done at least maybe a I don't know, 16 playoffs, only 6 teams, that would have been straight. But eventually you would have to extend it anyway. But this was way better than the 4-team playoffs. For me, overall, I'm gonna start from the regular season on. This was a great year of college football. It was very long, and I started noticing like it's starting to be like the NFL in terms of like how everything changed. And so like I remember back when I was younger, week 0 started like at the end of August, like literally at the end of August, and then like Labor Day weekend was like week 1. Now it's like week 0 starts like the 3rd week of August, and then like week 1 starts the 2nd week. I think it's still Labor Day. I don't know. I'm not sure. Is it Labor Day? Yeah. I don't know. It kind of no. That's not the fact. No, the season end later. Yeah, it's end later. So like the championship weekend now is where they used to have Navy and Army play, and then like the Heisman presentation. So like I'm like, it's changing and stuff like that. Even the bowl season, like. Some of the bowls started like, it was like 2 that started around the time where Navy and Army was playing. So I like, damn, this shit different. It's really different. But overall, very, very long season, but it was fun. I told y'all in the previous video, I love college football. I live and breathe football in general, but college football is just nothing like it. One of the things I want to see improve, really just I don't know, like there's nothing really to complain about on my end. Like I thought the whole NIL and the transfer portal was gonna ruin the game like a little bit, but actually expanded, because now you got all these teams like you got a UNLV, you got these smaller schools like in Arizona State. You got all these schools that are benefiting from the NIL and the transfer portal, and I just feel like that's better for the game, because like any given Saturday, any given Thursday, Friday, Saturday, whatever games they play now, now they playing on Tuesdays now. during the end of the year. It used to be like Wednesdays, but now it's Tuesdays now because so many teams in the FBS now. I'm thinking like even the realignment was gonna mess it up, but it actually improved everything. It improved everything. I think the only thing I had to complain about was like the whole like how the teams, how you got to determine teams are going to playoffs. So hear me out. And I'm not trying to sound well. I'm not gonna be biased because y'all should have won the games that y'all should have played. Y'all should have won them games, especially against Georgia Tech and Syracuse. But the whole system needed improvement, but also too, the schools, y'all got to schedule stronger teams. Like in terms of like, I understand that, you know, like college football, college sports in general are like the economy. Like, you know, like the bigger schools got to play the smaller schools because they got to pay them so they can get some money and stuff. That's cool and everything, but like not all the time, not every year. Like switch it up a little bit. Like for example, I would love to have like always play like FAMU or Bethune every year. Like every other year y'all play them. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying that don't play FAMU or FAMU don't, you know, FAMU y'all just try to find somebody else to play, like try to play like a UF or try to play like a, you know, a different, you know, D1 school. Like everyone should have like a schedule where it's gonna be hard as hell, but especially like the top 4 conferences, like everyone should like try to like mirror they schedule in terms of like, all right, for example, this year USC gonna play an FCS team, but UCLA not. You get what I'm saying? Like try to switch it up, because I feel like the games that we seen this year, like I'm talking about like Oregon, Ohio State, Alabama and Tennessee. Shoot, I can go on and on and on. The LSU and USC game at the beginning of the year. Penn State on Ohio State. You know, like just we need more of that. You know, especially like with the non-conference. We need more. We need more of that. But other than that, like the sport itself, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be great for the future. We just gotta, you know, as fans, we gotta still, you know, speak our voice, because the only reason why they expanded the 12-team playoffs, yeah, it was because of the money, but also they heard complaints. They're like, man, like come on, like expand the playoffs. And I know they're gonna expand it to like, I wouldn't be surprised they expand it to like, I said 16, maybe they expand it to 18. Cause there's ways you could do it. Like for example, like how I do it was all the conference champions, they get a bye. They have to get a bye. They get a bye, and they can still play a home game before playing the Bulls. Because I feel like I heard that too. I heard a lot of people was like, I'd rather have a home game than a bowl game. I feel like you can have both, because at the end of the day, that tradition that's been around for a long time. You gotta think about it. The Rose Bowl, the Orange Bowl, the Sugar Bowl, Fiesta Bowl, especially the Rose Bowl, the Orange Bowl, they've been around for a long time. The Cotton Bowl been around for a long time. It's a lot of bowls that have been around for a long time. I feel like how they should do it is, all right, we keep the same bowls that we have, like the Rose Bowl, the Cotton Bowl, the Peach Bowl, you know, them bowls like that. And instead of trying to add like new bowls, keep them same bowl games, because those bowl games are very historical. I may try to add like maybe a Sun Bowl or something, like another bowl or two that's been around for a long time, but they haven't really been in that circle. You know what I'm saying? Like the Cotton Bowl and the Peach Bowl, they just got added to that, you know, big, like, you know, like the main bowls, but they always been a big bowl because they've been around for a long time. But I try to do that. I probably try to add like the Sun Bowl and the Gator Bowl. You know what I'm saying? But if they can't do that, keep them same bowls, but have the top 4 conference champs, they gotta have a bye. They have to have a bye. If you spend it to more teams, I just have all the conference champions in general. Like, cause if you're gonna spend, you're gonna have to add more group of 5 champs. So, like, let's say example, like you got the Mountain West this year. If you have a great Sun Belt champion or Conference USA, like, or Matt, and a team that's was really good, that dominate the conference, have them have a bye. You know what I'm saying? Or have like the best second place teams in the 4 conferences. But really, they just start with having the top 4 conference, like the top 4 conference champs. They all have byes, right? But when they play, what's that, in the not in the semifinals, quarterfinals, whatever, they have a home game, and then the semifinals, you can have like the bowls and stuff like that. They can figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Because like after watching Ohio State and Notre Dame and Penn State and Texas, and you know what I'm saying, like them teams that have, when they played at home, like it was just like it was a different environment. It was like shit, like it's better than, it's almost better than the NFL playoffs, like experiencing NFL playoff, like it's crazy. Like when them boys playing the playoffs in the NFL, that atmosphere is different. So it gave me that type of vibe, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like I was watching the NFL or NBA playoffs or hockey playoffs. But I would do that. But other than that, it's a great season. The quality of play was great. Do we have to work on the cars and stuff again? Yeah, a little bit, but it was way better this year than the other years. Because I understand we trying to protect the players and everything, but like I've seen some hits where the man's literally using his shoulder, and the receiver they bend it down, so it's just like it's hard. You know what I'm saying? It's very hard to stop because I played football in high school, so when you hit someone, or it's like I'm running full speed to hit a running back, but he's literally gonna try to dive down. So me, impact wise, I'm gonna try to slow down, but it's like when you run, it's like a car, you can put your brakes on, but your car still gonna move. It may not move as fast as it was before, but it's still gonna move to a point where it's gonna take a few seconds for it to stop. So it's like football, so the impact is gonna have impact. So you know what I'm saying? But other than that, college football been great. I'm looking forward for next year, especially for Miami. We got some great games next year. We got Florida State, Notre Dame. But one thing I want to say about UM, I probably have a separate video on that. I hope we got to continue with the recruiting, but Mario, I hope you just become more aggressive next year. The year before, this past season, I don't want to say you was aggressive. I want to say that you made some stupid plays, some stupid decisions that cost us a few games. This year, the coaching got a bit better. I just, wish we was a little bit more aggressive because we have the players. And I know the following year we're gonna have, next year we're gonna be very deep, especially in the defensive side. I love the pickers that we got with the players and the coaches. But I just hope that we are a well-balanced team next year. The offense was, as much as I want to say, the offense was fun to watch. That defense, I ain't never seen the UM defense that bad in a long, long time. Even in that year, it was 05, 06, them 2 years, like we was a bad team, but our defense was like probably like maybe a top 20 defense, you know, college football. And that's equivalent to being like a top 5 in the NFL because so many damn teams. But yeah, this team was this defense was like terrible. Like not even just the secondary, the D-line. The D-line, they was straight. They got to the quarterback, but they was missing tackles. You know, they was allowing the running backs to go to the second level. You know, I ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? But I might go to the spring game this year and just, you know, go out there and support. And that's another thing too. Like I haven't been to a game in years, and that's something I want to do. You know, especially with the family. I want to start going to like more Miami Hurricane games because last time I went, I forgot, it was when we played FAMU a few years ago, but I was working. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, there's gonna be a separate video talk about University of Miami, but you know, I just wanted to do this video. College football was great this year. I'm also gonna have another video, probably talking about like the top 25 for next year. So yeah, man, this be your boy DJ Anonymous with another video, and I'm out. Peace.